What's up, guys? It's 8:30 in the morning, which means this is no time for the salute title belt. Okay, you can get the salute title belt. But yeah, it's pretty early because I don't have school on Wednesday. So I said, let's film a Q&A. About time. All right. So, and it's almost Monday. You know what happens on Monday? The drawing to win stuff off WWEshop.com. If you don't know what I'm talking about, I'm not going to tell you because then the people that have already entered will be nervous. So figure it out yourselves. Be proactive, America. This message is paid for by the TreeofWoahShow. So yeah, do that. Let's get into this. First set of questions comes from CK Randall 74. First question: why does nobody really care that Jomo is most likely gone from the company? I don't know that it's no one really cares. I mean, when I was watching Raw, the one that they had the whole Miz beatdown on him go down. When you were looking at Twitter, I was on Twitter and everyone's trying to get "Thank You Morrison" trending, and everyone was so mad at how WWE was sending him off, and it's like, oh, they need to learn how to send these guys off and give them more respect and all that crap, So I don't think it's that no one really cares, but I mean, I'm not like my life is not changed over it. I mean, sure, it'd be cool to see him stick around. I mean, he did some cool stuff in the ring. I mean, it was fun to watch, but and I think it all came back to the whole thing with Melina and the WrestleMania situation. People were kind of like realizing, okay, some of this is kind of his own fault with the whole. If you don't know, you can look it up. It's like he was getting really mad during the Trish Stratus match that she came back, and it wasn't Melina because it should have been Melina and Snooki or whatever, or not Snooki or whatever. I don't know. But he was just talking crap and being just hard to work with. So I think that was one of the final straws, along with Melina being psycho crazy. But if you noticed on Raw, they were still mentioning his name. Like the Miz said, he had to release him, and Laurinaitis was saying, normally when you release them, they just dip out and you don't see him ever again or hear about him ever again. So I wouldn't rule out a return from Morrison sometime down the line. So look out for that. But I don't know. I mean, I'm sure a lot of people care. His family, Zack Ryder's dad. There's a lot of people that care. I'm just not really one of them. But if you like Joe, that's cool. He was all right. Would you prefer this coming Royal Rumble to stay as a 40-man or go back to 30? I think they are going back to 30 from what I heard. Last year's just seemed like too much. Like, I mean, especially with the roster they have right now, it's hard enough to get 30 guys that everybody knows. I mean, I'm sure, like, we knew most of the guys in the 40, and like if you even watched or knew anything about NXT or anything like that, but I'm sure there were some people just sitting at home like, who the hell are these guys? So I think taking it back down to 30 is a good idea, just because of the roster at this point, unless you want to have like 10 returns and they can finish out the 40, but I mean, they did it for 30 for so long. They got the 40. They already broke that record. They had a 41-man every dark match now, it seems like, and on television they had it. So unless they want to bump it up to 50, then there's no point to really 42-man battle royal. But yeah, I like the 30's good. I mean, a lot of people complained from what I saw this past year when I would watch like videos on here before we started making them. Some people were saying that, oh, well, good thing it was 40 because after the time the 30th guy was in, the match would have been over and it was, that match would have sucked. But I'm thinking, okay, well, if it was 30 guys, obviously they would have stretched it out longer. But yeah, so I like the 30. I've always liked the 30. So let's go back to it. Why not? Let's win that thing. Let's all enter it. And final question from this user: was WWE 12 too overhyped? I'm not majorly impressed with it. That is a fact. It was very hyped. I don't know if I'd say it was overhyped. I personally haven't even played it yet. I haven't bought it. I haven't done anything. I'm just trying to wait it out before I spend money. Read the defense. See what everyone else is thinking of it. And so far, it's been a lot of mixed reviews. I've either heard this is the best wrestling game of all time, or I've heard, whatever. It's not all that great, but it's okay. And then I've heard some people say it sucks. Like, all I know is I've heard that in the Road to WrestleMania, there's like no in-ring wrestling at all. You're just like backstage knocking people out and stuff, which is cool and all, but when you want to like have wrestling matches on a wrestling game in story mode, I don't know, but that's just what I've heard, so I can't give a for sure 100% opinion, but I know it's been really hyped. And I know a lot of people have said it's overhyped. You say that you're not majorly impressed with it. So there's another person down here. I mean, if you trust the video game review websites, like all the magazines and stuff, they have it at like a 9 out of 10 stars or whatever. And I've heard a lot of people give it that high of a grade. So I'll wait until once we get it, once we buy it or rent it or whatever happens. Once we play it, we'll give a more. We might make a video like a more in-depth analysis of it, because right now I'm just going off what I've heard from other people. So you're not majorly impressed with it. So I'll say I'm not majorly impressed with it. Damn it. Fix that crap. Alright. Next question comes from Orton Straight Brother. See, now this is someone that asks questions all the time. You guys should look after this guy. This guy is a legend on the Q&A TreeofWoahShow variety. What's the worst submission hold in wrestling? I mean, something that doesn't look believable that it hurts. Well, the STF doesn't look like it hurts when. I mean, you can sell the STF if they do it right, like at Money in the Bank. Punk does it good, where you just sit still, make it look like it's choking you. But when people start moving their head around and you realize, oh, his arms like here and there's nothing happening, then you can pretty much say, okay, that doesn't hurt at all. He's just chilling, his legs bent back. People stretch like that all the time. It's like that hurts. But the one we always make fun of, we have to go abdominal stretch. I mean, it looks like it just like pop your back. Oh, thanks, man. And just let you go. I mean, I don't know if anyone's ever lost from an abdominal stretch in the past 30 years or 20 or whatever. But I don't know. We always just make fun of that one because it just looks like the dude just popping the other guy's back. And he's like, all right, thanks, man. Yoga practice. Peace out. Trying to think of some other ones off the top of my head. I don't know. You guys answer this one down here too, because I like this question. Because there are some bad ones that just look like. I mean, there's one that like the Divas did a few weeks back. I don't remember if it was at Survivor Series or I think it was Eve at Survivor Series. Maybe she was just doing something. She was like, "Well, if I put my leg here and my arm here and make a face like, oh, maybe it'll look like it hurts her," but it didn't. But so yeah, answer that one down below, you guys, because that's a good one. Because you can have a lot of fun with making fun of submission moves that just look ridiculous. Velocity 98 asks, why is the WWE trying to bury Rey Mysterio with Sin Cara? They obviously failed. P.S. Rey is only going to be 38, which is old, and yes, he does have the multiple surgery on his knee, but he still has it. I don't know if they were trying to bury Rey Mysterio with Sin Cara. I honestly think they were trying to build Sin Cara up to face Rey Mysterio at WrestleMania 28, which apparently is out the window now because they both decided to get hurt. Rey may be back by then. Sin Cara, it doesn't look like he'll be back in time. I mean, we are less than 4 months away. No one's more excited than I am. My tickets are up there. Hello, tickets. But yeah, I'll be at WrestleMania. I would have liked to see Rey Mysterio Sin Cara. I think that's what they were building towards, because if you heard, they had they wanted to do the Guinness World Record for most masks worn at an event, wrestling mask or something, because they wanted to break the record that the Angels set in baseball. So I think that was going to be the whole focal point of it. So I don't think they were trying to bury Rey Mysterio with it. I think they were trying to build it up and then maybe have Sin Cara pass the torch or get the torch passed to him from Rey as the next luchador, because again, you mentioned all the surgeries and stuff. He may still have it, but who knows if what he's still going to have after he gets back from the surgeries he's having right now. I mean, I'm not the biggest Rey Mysterio fan, but you got to respect some of the stuff he can do in the ring. And I mean, he hasn't botched stuff all that much like Sin Cara. I mean, they're doing the same kind of. Rey Mysterio's not all high flyer anymore. I mean, when you get to the age he is, you can't do everything he used to. But for how deep he is into his career, he does some pretty cool stuff. I'm just not that big of a fan. But yeah, I think that's the whole point why they're building up Sin Cara so much, and maybe, as you say, burying Rey Mysterio. I think it was just they wanted him to have a match because a lot of people would have been into that, especially kids and stuff. So we'll have to see what happens when they come back. Rossi Bossy, 1987. What up, though? What do you want? Okay. Let's just see. Do I want to read this question how they wrote it exactly, or what I think they said? Better not get in trouble for plagiarism. Better cite it directly. Why do you want Undertaker to drop the belt at WrestleMania to end his winning streak? Taker should never lose his streak. Okay. Why do I want the Undertaker to drop the belt at WrestleMania? I don't want the Undertaker to drop the belt at WrestleMania. You're putting words in my mouth, Rossi Bossy. God damn. To end his winning streak. I don't want his streak to end, and I definitely don't want him to lose the belt. And I don't want him to have the belt. Taker should never lose his streak. I agree. So to your question, yes. And WrestleWoahShow. What up? Which TNA star could be WWE champ in 2 years or less from now? For me to answer this question, it would mean that I would have to like watch TNA and know what the hell was going on. And I don't watch it enough to be able to say, okay, well in 2 years that guy's his contract's gonna be up, he's gonna leave, he's gonna go to WWE and be a champion. So instead, I'll just name some guys from the little bit of TNA I have seen that I think can make it in WWE. I think a guy like Bobby Roode, Robert Roode, I don't know what they're calling him now. I always heard in reviews I'd watch Robert Roode, what's up, dog? And then all of a sudden they start calling him Bobby Roode. I'm like, oh, is that Robert Roode's little brother or some shit? And then I found out it's the same guy. Whatever. I think Robert Roode could, from the little bit I've watched. He's like a Triple H clone looking brother. But yeah, anyways. And then, see, I don't know anything about these two guys, but I just looked at them when I saw them and I said, yeah, that's about what WWE would look for in a main eventer. Crimson, big, huge dude, tatted up, just muscles for days, looks like a big, huge guy. I could see WWE running with that. I mean, if they're pushing Mason Ryan, this guy can't be much worse in the ring than Mason Ryan. And what's his name? Matt Morgan. Matt Morgan was already in WWE, but I looked at him in TNA and I was like, yeah, that's about what WWE would look for if they were to cross over. And like I know a lot of people like AJ Styles. I haven't seen a lot of him lately. I really like Austin Aries. That dude's entertaining. Like when I watched Impact every now and then, if I'm just bored and don't have anything to do or whatever, I like Austin Aries on the mic. He's hilarious. He's just like, I don't know. He's probably my favorite guy in TNA. I don't know if he'd be a WWE champion. Him and CM Punk would be cool to watch, but so there's just some guys. You know, if I start watching TNA, I'll answer this better, and I'll just go in depth for days on all the greatness they have to offer, or not. So yeah, again, that's it for this episode. Continue to ask us questions down here, and also, you heard the questions. I'll repeat them for you right now. Why does nobody really care that Jomo is likely gone from the company? Would you prefer this coming Royal Rumble to stay at 40 or 30? Was WWE too overhyped? Worst submission hold in wrestling? Why is WWE trying to bury Rey Mysterio Sin Cara? Why do you all want The Undertaker to drop the belt at WrestleMania to end his winning streak? Just reading it how it says. And which TNA star could be WWE champion 2 years or less from now? Again, I said it last time. I'm not any smarter than you guys just because I have a camera. I want to hear what you guys are thinking about these too. So there's the questions. You answer them below. But you're only allowed to answer them if you ask more. Okay, you can answer them just without asking more. But please do ask more questions. Because without questions, we can't do Q&As. Without Q&As, we're stuck here at 7 or whatever it is. So yeah, that's it. Subscribe up here if you like what we agree with. Football for days. Let me wing that over. Touchdown. So yeah, it came back. Subscribe up here if you haven't before. Somewhere around there. Like this video if you agreed with anything I said. Or if you didn't. Just like it so I feel good. Fair enough. Like I already said, comment. Check out the Christmas giveaway video if you haven't already. Oh, spoiler. Because the drawing is happening on Monday. And it's Wednesday. So get that handled if you need to. This is Justin. Good morning. Have a great day if you're watching this early. You already know. Double salute. The East. What number? It's going to catch some flack. What number? LeBron James. Alright, that's it. See you guys Friday.